engine defend. Fierce fight, electric election. Biggest team, biggest coverage. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Mountains, melodies and magic. Sonu Nigam, live on Dal Lake. Opening act by Qazi Tawqeer. Voice of Young Kashmir, Rohan Malik. An unforgettable evening by NDTV Good Times. 26th October, Srinagar.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताव और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं।
Welcome back. The RSS, or the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, turned 100 last month, and these 10 years, there hasn't been any other grouping in India that has had such a love-hate relationship with any segment as the RSS has had. Banned 3 times since independence, it has always managed to bounce back. Now, overtly apolitical, the RSS still now has given the country 2 Prime Ministers, Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Narendra Modi, whose ideologies have been forged by the Sangh. From a single shakha, 100 years ago, the RSS today has over 83,000 of them spread across the country. The organization today is stronger, more visible than it ever was. So coming up on NDTV is our focus for this week, the Brotherhood and RSS Century.
The Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh serves as a university for creating a strong Hindu organization in Hindustan.
When Sangha was founded by Dr. Ji, on that day it was decided that we have to form an organization which will be to serve the country for its well-being and prosperity through trying for the man-making process. And everything was not evolved, but it was resolved that we will do such something like this.
We inspired the public with the feeling that this land, stretching from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, belongs to the Hindus. Hindus are the nationals of this country. We have repeatedly expressed this in many ways.
Few organizations in India inspire as much loyalty or provoke as much opposition as the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh.
ये पुरुषों का संगठन है और RSS was initiated on the ground with the Shakha structure. So its process of man making process is works initiate basic the structure instrument is Shakha, which is playing in the ground in their different localities or mohallas.
महामंगले पुण्यभूमे त्वदर्थे तपत्वे चकायु नमस्ते नमस्ते.
From its early days in the dusty Shaka grounds of Nagpur to its role in shaping the country's political and cultural direction today, the RSS has been at the heart of India's most charged battles over nationalism, identity, and politics.
A natural order is necessary among individuals who act with a sense of collective identity because the true strength of society lies within that order. The Sangha is working towards awakening this natural strength.
When the Hindu society becomes visibly united and strong, the disrespect we face today will vanish and the world will bow to us as we command. Hinduism has always upheld these ideals, and it is to protect this sacred religion and its culture that a Sangh was established.
The RSS had 6 Sarsang Chalaks so far, starting with the founder, Dr. Edgewar. Each Sarsang Chalak contributed a very important dimension to this organization, added one important dimension to this organization. For example, when RSS was started, independence struggle was the important activity for every citizen, every Indian. So much so for the RSS also. The RSS founder himself was an office bearer of Congress in Nagpur. So he actively participated in the freedom movement before starting up the organization itself. But even after starting the organization also, he continued to actively participate in the independence movement.
Dr. Ji was always thinking about the whole nation. His slogan was Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And his life also. He was in Bengal. He sent first batch of Pracharak to Bengal, Tamil Nadu, South, North, Punjab.
In his scheme of things, the RSS, one of the objectives was to work for the independence of the country. So in RSS, the members, core members used to take a pledge. It's just a sort of, proclaiming your commitment, nothing secret about it. But that pledge in those days used to start with the statement, Desh ko swatantra kar.
Years of initial days of RSS, he was always imagining the nationwide RSS, and so 1940 in his last speech in Nagpur, he said, "Now I am seeing a Laghu Bharat Darshan."
We have to unite the country. We have to reform the Hindu society. That's the only purpose with which the RSS was started. In fact, I would say the inspiration for that, for Dr. Hedgewar, came from the contemporary Congress leadership. All of them believed that for a good post-independence nation to be built in India, Hindu society's reform is very essential. Each one tried in his own way for that reform, right from Tilak to Aurobindo to Gandhi to Savarkar to Ambedkar. RSS represented the combined thought of all those people. Not only up to independence, but post-independence, what kind of Bharat we should build. So Hedgewar's contribution was essentially motivated by those political figures. Then came Guruji Golwalkar as the second chief. Guruji was an ordained monk. He took his Diksha from Ramakrishna Mission. So naturally, by the time Guruji became the chief, in a few years' time, India became independent. So Guruji's focus became taking this organization into religious spiritual direction.
But in those days, because of political reasons, Sangha was banned just after the independence. And our Saraswati Chalak Guruji was also jailed. And there was no reason. And ultimately nothing was proved in that case. And even neither courts, neither any inquiry commissions, neither government intelligence reports, nothing was supportive to what they claimed earlier when they banned the RSS and arrested the Guruji. So it was unconditionally they have to release Sri Guruji and take back the ban on RSS. But it was very difficult time because but the Swayamsevaks, they stand in the situation well, very strong. And so nobody left the RSS.
He took lead in, Goraksha Andolan. He created Vishwa Hindu Parishad to bring all Hindu saints on one platform and to get them to proclaim publicly that there is no place for untouchability in Hindu religion. Such religious social reforms, that became his focus.
Some people think of me as a political leader. They believe that I am trying to become a minister. But I do not like politics. Fortunately, the field where I can serve my community is far more noble. I will dedicate my life to serving my community through that. I never even dream of entering politics.
Shyama Prasad Mukherjee visited Guruji and he asked the help for political party. So Guruji said, okay, you can open, we will not open the party, but okay, we will, on his insistence, he said, we will give you some Karyakartas. And then how Sangha helped to establishment of Bharatiya Jana Sangha.
Then came the third chief, Balasaheb Devras. Devras ji was Dr. Ji's product. He joined RSS when Dr. Ji was the founder head of the organization. So Balasaheb Devras wanted the focus to be more on social issues. So he insisted that we have to now take strong steps to, first of all, completely eliminate this untouchability, this scourge of untouchability, but also create a sense of unity above caste. That had led in RSS to start focusing on social service activities, whereby the RSS members can reach out to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, even tribal, interior tribal areas, reach out to them through service activities, through imparting values, to economically uplift them. Through that process, can we create larger integration?
The Sangh is not a status quoist organization that wishes to keep things as they are. Take the caste system, for instance. Many people believe it was appropriate for its time. In that era, the caste system was perhaps the best and most necessary arrangement. It is no longer acceptable for generation after generation of a sweeper's family to continue carrying the society's waste.
Those days, mostly, I can say this, educated, middle class and upper caste used to be the base initially. So much so that RSS had that kind of an image initially, Brahmin Bani organization. But from there to today, lot of difference. I mean, those days also there were special efforts to ensure all sections come into the RSS.
RSS is such an organization which, as it spread from length and breadth to the all nook and corners of this country, and people from all speaking all languages, they are part of RSS.
In RSS, the consideration always is we need good, committed, understanding leadership, because this is a gigantic organization. The RSS has 83,000 shakhas, we say.
Now the largest number of our shakhas are in Kerala. Fastest growing is in Tamil Nadu.
RSS has spawned 40 plus sister organizations. Together, the organization's reach is almost to a tenth of the countrymen.
संघ की शाखा ये आदत बदलने का तरीका है, उसकी व्यवस्था है। 100 वर्षों में इसीलिए सब प्रकार की परिस्थिति आई, संघ को लालच भी दिखा दी, संघ को राजनीति में आने का आमंत्रण भी मिला, लेकिन संघ ने वो सब नहीं किया। संघ केवल एक ही कार्य में लगा रहा। संघ के स्वयंसेवकों ने हर परिस्थिति में शाखा को नित्य चलाया है।
Next chief was Professor Rajendra Singh, Dr. Rajendra Singh. During his time, there was greater emphasis on service, social activities. It was then that it was decided that we have to open up the organization also. So a new emphasis was given to, for example, publicity. RSS never had any publicity wing before that. Until 90s, RSS never bothered about actually doing some publicity for itself. Similarly, there was a wing started for seva, service. having started for Sampark, meaning we cannot now restrict ourselves to our organizational reach out. We have to proactively go into the public and meet people, contact with them. So certain those dimensions were added by Rajendra Singh.
It is crucial to revive the spirit of Swadeshi and resist multinational corporations. To awaken and alert society on this issue, the Sangh has pledged full support to the Swadeshi Jagran Manch, a movement aimed at reaching millions of people across 1.5 lakh villages. We urge every citizen to recognize the looming economic crisis and counter this economic invasion with their patriotic spirit.
In initial days, it was putting the network, evolving the systems, and very much highly focused on the Vyakti Nirman or Manushya Nirman, and then man-making process. And then, after that time, then Swayamsevaks, they entered into the different domains of the public life. Now we can see all these 32 RSS-inspired organizations which are having a spread, nationwide spread. So, and then some other organizations also which are working in some different sectors or in different provinces locally, but still 32 organizations which are now grown up and widely active, taking the leadership in their respective fields.
RSS turned 75 in 2000. We already had one RSS member as the Prime Minister of the country, Mr. Bihar Vajpayee. I mean, organization which was considered a fringe group, today became a mainstream organization ruling the country.
We know that political unity depends on social unity, and we must take the mantra of unity into the entire society. Not just in words, but in action. We have taken upon our shoulders a great responsibility, the work of the Sangh. And to fulfill that responsibility, may the Almighty give us strength. This is my humble prayer.
Then came K.S. Sudarshan. Sudarshan took it upon himself as an important responsibility to reach out to other religions. You know, what we today see in Dr. Bhagavat, Mohan Bhagavat, the process was initiated by K.S. Sudarshan.
The British mistakenly translated dharma as religion because they saw religious rituals such as prayers, fastings and pilgrimages in Hinduism and assumed it was just another religion like Islam and Christianity. However, dharma is not a religion. Hindu dharma encompasses everything: individual, society, nature and the divine. It establishes harmony among them, and the system that maintains this harmony is called dharma.
Sudarshan believed that this is the time that we should remove misunderstandings between Hindu groups and these non-Hindu religions like Christians and Muslims. He started engaging with them. He undertook 6 major day-long conversation engagements with the Christian groups across the country. Right from Delhi to Kerala, he went to 6 places. He engaged with Muslim leaders. At both levels, he appealed to them that RSS is not anti-anybody, but we want everybody to have that Swadeshi bhav.
एक ही भाव से रहते हैं, मतलब उनका भाव एक है कि दिस इज माई लैंड, मदरलैंड, एंड वी आर द सन्स एंड डॉटर्स ऑफ दिस मदरलैंड, एंड सो दैट पीपल एंड दैट लैंड दैट फॉर्म्स द नेशन. Now people are realizing very well. People are believing that our dharma is not communal. Our dharma is a uniting factor. our dharma is a well-being for the world, for the whole world. And so that understanding or realization is growing.
In the last 15 years, Dr. Bhagwat, he took all these things forward much more proactively. I think the greatest contribution of Dr. Bhagwat has been, in the last 15 years, has been to keep the doors of the organization wide open to everybody. And he is one man who doesn't hesitate to reach out to anybody and engage with anybody.
पर उपकार ही धर्म हमारा, सेवा का संकल्प लिया।
संघ का अनुभव है, व्यक्ति निर्माण से समाज परिवर्तन और समाज परिवर्तन में से व्यवस्था परिवर्तन, यही देश में और विश्व में परिवर्तन लाने का सही तरीका है।
That remains the RSS core approach towards politics. It will never become a political party or a political formation ever. It will remain an organization that will work for the unity of the entire country. But having said it, when Swayamsevaks, when they are inspired by this thought process, they want to get into a political activity, RSS gives them full freedom.
शून्य से एक शतक बने, शून्य से एक शतक बने, अंक की मन भावना, भारती की जय विजय हो, ले हृदय में प्रेरणा, कर रहे हम साधना, मातृभू आराधना।
RSS, or the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, turned 100 last month, and these 10 years there hasn't been any other grouping in India that has had such a love-hate relationship with any segment as the RSS has had. Banned 3 times since independence, it has always managed to bounce back. Now overtly apolitical, the RSS still now has given the country 2 Prime Ministers, Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Narendra Modi, whose ideologies have been forged by the Sangh. From a single shakha 100 years ago, the RSS today has over 83,000 of them spread across the country. The organization today is stronger, more visible than it ever was.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, most stunning true color pro grade camera. Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
The battle for Bihar is on. Bihar on a turning pitch, or captain stays the same.
Pulling us into this country. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
The best app to use is the NDTV app. दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है। बात से सहमत हूं कि हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
What does the youth of Bihar want in this election? I will dissect and explain. When it comes to elections, I crunch numbers and tell you what others miss.
Bihar elections, the what, why and how.
I read Bihar politics like no one else.
For over 4 decades now, I have had a ringside view of some of India's biggest elections. This time, I will bring to you the twists and turns of Bihar elections.
Understand the real election dynamics in Bihar. With me on Bihar Battleground.
The ultimate battle for Bihar. NDTV unites the biggest voices, unmissable debates and data discourse. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
तुम हो मेरी जानता हूँ मगर पहुँचाऊँ तुम तक ये कैसे खबर कब से हूँ मैं उम्मीद में है कहा जो सुन लो अगर
Showcasing the NDTV 24/7 prime time, presented by Schneider Electric, Smart Home Solutions as studio partner.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in to NDTV 24/7. I'm Padmaja Joshi, and on every story that matters, the buck stops here. Now that the election campaign has begun in right earnest in Bihar, it's pretty easy to imagine why historical figures are suddenly being resuscitated. From the battle for the title of Jananayak, originally Karpuri Thakur, now Rahul Gandhi, to even Sitaram Kesri, who had been forgotten for almost 27 years, suddenly being remembered by the Congress party. Is it all about the votes? Is it all about the elections? Because there are 3 defining images from today that tell you everything you need to know about the direction of the Bihar elections, where every party is trying to balance caste, class, religion, votes, and in striking this balance, optics is everything. The first image was of Prime Minister Modi paying tribute to socialist and EBC icon Karpuri Thakur in his ancestral village in Samastipur. The second image was of Rahul Gandhi paying tribute to former Congress president and OBC leader from Bihar, Sitaram Kesri, on his 25th death anniversary. And